Good evening. Good evening. Good evening and welcome to this time of remembrance. From January 1st through October 15th, 2022, there have been more than 500 mass shootings in the United States, and 258 people have been killed during these events. Tonight, we gather to remember and to pray for all those whose lives have been forever altered by this violence. To remember is literally to put the broken pieces back together, to create wholeness out of what has been broken. May our time together this evening help to restore us to a state of wholeness and grace.
Station 1, Jesus is condemned to death. Highland Park, Illinois. As Jesus stands before Pilate and hears his sentence, we wonder if Pilate even remembered or knew his name. Too many people go to their deaths unnamed and unremembered. The event of their death was of no concern and was given just a few words, if that. In this country where shootings are no surprise, and violence seems to be the easiest response to anger and conflict, we gather to remember those who died while celebrating the 4th of July. A rooftop shooter with a semi-automatic rifle and multiple 30-round magazines starts to fire. He fires 83 shots, kills 7, and wounds 48, who range in age from 8 to 88. Come by here, Lord, and gently hold those who mourn. Come by here, God, and help us put an end to violence. Station 2, Jesus takes up his cross. Buffalo, New York. The shooter is a young man, a white supremacist. He is shooting in the parking lot of a Tops store, a place where people are just going about their ordinary activities. He shoots 13 people, 10 fatally. All 10 who died were Black. But it is the families, friends, neighbors, and co-workers of those who died who must now take up the fallen crosses of those they loved. And even while struggling to get from one day to the next and feeling empty and sad, they carry the cross they inherited. These are the cross bearers of today. Come by here, Lord, and help us carry the burden. Station 3, Jesus falls for the first time. Houghton Lake, Michigan. Jesus stumbles from the crushing weight of his cross and suffering. Is nothing ever perfect? We live in a broken world filled with broken people. On July 10th, a husband and father shot and killed his wife, mother-in-law, and child. No other people were involved. The husband and wife were divorcing, and she had filed an order of protection against him. Like Jesus, we also fall. All of us sin and fall short of the glory of God. Falling seems to be a chronic human condition that only God can restore to stability. O Lord, come by here and make us whole.
Station 4, Jesus meets his mother, Uvalde, Texas. As Jesus carries his cross to Golgotha, he meets his mother, who has faithfully been present even as others fled. She stayed there with courage, goodness, and faith, which did not waver in the hour of darkness. Blessed is she who believed. Luke 1:45. On May 24th, an 18-year-old man entered Robb Elementary School through an unlocked door and went into the 4th grade classroom with a semi-automatic weapon. He fatally shot 19 students and 2 teachers. Like Mary, the mothers of these victims will live with the pain of loss for the rest of their lives. Lord, come by here. Be with us in pain and brokenness. Station 5, Simon helps Jesus carry his cross, Sacramento, California. As Jesus was making his way to Golgotha, staggering under the weight of his cross, the Roman soldiers looked for someone to help. They pulled Simon out of the crowd and forced him to help Jesus carry his cross. The others in the crowd just watched. On April 3rd, at the corner of 10th and K Streets, the crowd watches as 5 shooters from rival gangs begin shooting at each other. When it is over, 12 are injured and 6 are killed. There was no one in the crowd who helped. Everyone just watched. O Lord, come by here, enlighten our watching and move us to action. Station 6, Veronica wipes Jesus' face, Tulsa, Oklahoma. According to tradition, Jesus was on his way to Calvary, hauling his cross, beaten and exhausted. Veronica came out of the crowd, daring to help a man that she did not know, to try to give him some respite and comfort on this awful day. She didn't save his life, but she was there, she tried, and she cared. On June 1st, an orthopedic patient at St. Francis Hospital came with a gun looking for his doctor. He carried a letter that explained his actions. He had unresolved pain and blamed the doctor for his suffering. When he had shot 2 doctors and 2 other people in the office, he killed himself. Like Veronica, the doctors were there and had cared for the patient, but his pain was still with him. He just couldn't live with it. O Lord, come by here and free us from the pain that cannot be relieved except through you.
Station 7, Jesus falls a second time, Duluth, Minnesota. How long, O God, must Jesus stumble under the weight of our violence? The station we are recalling here is the 7th station. Jesus falls the second time. According to the stations, Jesus fell 3 times. So this particular stumbling was not the first time, nor the last time. On April 20th, Brandon Taylor Cole Skogstad shot and killed his aunt and uncle and their 2 young daughters, his cousins, while they slept. He even shot the family dog before killing himself. The shooter was being monitored because he suffered from a mental health condition. Not finding him at home, the person doing the monitoring went to the cousin's home and found the 4 victims and the shooter. We watch Jesus stumble over and over, falling under the weight of violence and gunshots. Another senseless shooting. O Lord, come by here, give us your peace. Station 8, the women of Jerusalem weep. Cando, North Dakota. The women are mourning Jesus and weeping, and he tells them to weep instead for themselves and their children. Weep that they witness violence and injustice. Weep that they stand by helplessly when innocent lives are taken. On August 30th, 4 people were found shot in a wheat field that was being harvested. 3 of the people were from one family, and 2 of them were brothers who had been having a dispute for at least a few weeks. The dispute came to a head on this day. One brother shot his brother, his nephew, and a neighbor before killing himself. In a place where it seems that gunshots are almost as common as handshakes, we weep for ourselves. O Lord, come by here. Station 9, Jesus falls for the 3rd time. Elk Mills, Maryland. Jesus stumbles yet again with every gunshot, every act of violence, and every cry of grief. Jesus stumbles under the burden of our societal violence. On September 9th, the police were called by a man who reported that 3 children and a woman had been fatally shot and that he planned to kill himself when the call ended. When deputies arrived, they found 5 members of the family dead. The caller was the father of the family. He reported the incident as if it was routine and just hung up. No one seems to know what provoked this event. There was no known history of violence among the family members. Our homes should be places of safety. O Lord, come by here.
Station 10. The soldiers take Jesus' garments. Portsmouth, Virginia. The Roman soldiers take away Jesus' garments, leaving him exposed, vulnerable, and alone. They removed what little he had in this world so that he could be nailed more easily upon the cross. On June 7th, 4 people who were not related but living in the same house together were shot and killed at their residence. 2 men and 2 women were killed. There is no known motive for this murder. Having no known reason for the violence, it appears to be totally random. Just a misfortune to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Exposed, vulnerable, and alone. O Lord, come by here. Station 11. Jesus is nailed to the cross. Dayton, Ohio. Jesus is crucified, murdered, and dies. When hate overpowers love, and when death overpowers life, Jesus is crucified again and again. When guns are seen as solutions, and when violence is seen as the answer, we continue to crucify Jesus. On August 5th, in Dayton, Ohio, a man broke into a home and killed the 4 people who live there, ranging from 15 to 82. The police suspect that robbery was the motive. Guns are not the solution to an unfair distribution of assets. O Lord, come by here, give us your love and grace. Station 12. Jesus dies on the cross. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Jesus dies, and it was political. Jesus dies amid outcries of injustice. There are no easy answers. No clear analysis, no simple explanation. It's messy, it's not simple. Just a lot of unanswered questions leading to agony and grief. In Milwaukee, there are answers: drugs, money, and power. 6 people are dead. Were they targeted for what they had? Or because 3 of the 6 are witnesses in an upcoming homicide case? It's messy. Were they involved in illegal activity or testifying against it? And night fell over all the earth, and in that gloom of grief and unknowing, we struggle to find meaning and hope. O Lord of life, come by here. Station 13. Jesus is taken down from the cross. Biloxi, Mississippi. The crucifixion has ended. The resurrection has not yet begun. This is an in-between time. We sit with the pain and wonder of what will come next. We are sitting with the dead, not standing in the light of the resurrection. We are living Good Friday. On April 27th, 3 people who all worked at a small motel were shot and killed at 9:30 a.m. while on the job. The shooter stole the car of one of the victims to escape. He drove to a nearby city where he fled to a convenience store and assaulted 2 people who managed to escape. The shooter then took his own life. When Jesus was brought down from the cross, it seemed as if all was over and done with. What appeared to be the end was only a pause before a new life would begin. O Lord, come by here and bring to us new life.
The 14th station, Jesus is placed in the tomb. In his second letter to the Corinthians, St. Paul reminds us that on the cross, Christ died for all people. His individual death destroyed death for everyone. Yet each of those people who have died in mass shootings during the past year have an individual name. They have an individual story. As Madeline, Jalen, Michael, and Gwen roll out a scroll featuring the names of 258 people who have died in the United States due to mass shootings in the past year, we pause to honor their memory and pray that just as Christ's death led the way to new life, so may the deaths of these individuals spur us on to work for a world of lasting justice and peace. Our vigil will conclude with this final meditation hymn. On your way out of the church this evening, we invite you to take the names of the people who have died and pray for them, and pray for peace.
Desperation
windows.
You know what? I'm gonna leave these here to cool, and he can take them off and start wearing masks tomorrow because they'll just
Otherwise, they'll
jerk.
don't need to get this nice already.
I like this one. This one's
do,
one of my
I like
favorites.
it,
I
yeah.
like this one. I like when the wood is open.
I do, sir.
I know technically.
But it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, this is always the
Like it's very
yes,
ground, you know,
it is. I mean, so we would just go back and yes, exactly. Exactly. Plus with ammo power.
Yeah, it just looks, yeah, absolutely.
Well, there is some literature. It shouldn't look like a table. It should be like a block. Yeah, that, you know.
I prefer.
You know the story. The difference between a liturgist and a terrorist? No. You can negotiate with a terrorist.
I mean, that is sometimes, you know, I feel like there's some meetings where that would really apply, so.
I learned that in my liturgy course. The problem is, I'm an amateur liturgist, so I have that tendency.
When do you? Oh, you already want to do it? You already want to vote?